hate when I do that. Oh well. No, Ozzy. I was screaming from the top of my lungs that God of War was gonna win Game of the Year. Because, I mean, I don't directly hate Red Dead 2, but it definitely ain't competing with God of War.
He said we'd go hunting this morning. Why isn't he here? Where's he gone to?
It got a lot of awards, but it didn't get Game of the Year.
What's he doing up there?
But it won like 3 or 4 other awards that year.
What's
I
going
think
on?
I remember.
No, but would you?
Of course.
If this one, yeah.
I've got what I need.
The only one I was surprised about it was the best actor went to the guy that played Arthur.
Whatever they're hunting out there doesn't sound easy.
I thought it was gonna be the God of War guy instead.
Wait.
Good night.
But then again, I mean, he did do a great job portraying Arthur, so
That carcass.
can't really complain too much.
What was that?
I was just thinking that he probably would have gotten it for God of War. Because it seemed a bit more iconic, but oh well.
Yeah.
By the way, hey Liverton. Oh nice. Congrats on the new PB.
I should stay out of sight. I can use the tall.
I was a little close to comfort, but I got it. Sekiro was also a surprise. I mean, what other games were out that year that could have won? Wasn't it pretty much just Ghost of Tsushima? Not Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro? Oh yeah, Death Stranding, but Death Stranding was so divisive. I'm not surprised it didn't win. Because even amongst critics, Death Stranding was divisive. Not just between players.
Aloy. So, look for
Smash and RE2.
should be
Yeah.
for you.
Control got definitely overlooked last year. And I'm saying that as a person that haven't played it. It looks like a fantastic game. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But it got overlooked by so many people last year.
Anyway,
Tears.
yeah, I could
go if I wanted
Jog! Get down from there! Bad enough you're
Gameplay looks amazing in Control though.
But you'll have to tell me I'm gone.
to. Aloy, over here.
The only thing I've heard about Control was that the story was
He's wearing
very confusing apparently.
What's
Polly. Oh,
wait?
no.
That's like the main negative I heard about the game.
I
And also it ran slightly poorly on console.
Anyway.
Apparently when you pause the game and unpaused it, there would be a lot of frame drops and stuff like that.
We'll start the blessing when all aspirants
Even
are
if you
in
had like a
place.
pro version of the console.
there's Olin. I have some questions for him.
Control is a game that's on my backlog. I want to get around to it at some point. Not sure when. We'll see.
Oh,
So
this is you.
oh, I.
You know,
What? But
I
all you.
you.
Oh.
I mean, it's what's it called? A bunch of critics. You can see the people that vote for the Game Awards on their website. It's just a bunch of critics, so it's up to the critics to decide what they're gonna judge the game on. Technically, most of them could, if they wanted to, completely ignore like gameplay or story for a particular game, and still give them their vote. for Game of the Year.
And again.
It's not like there's guidelines for them. It's just like, pick whatever you felt like was Game of the Year. And whoever gets the most vote in that group, including the 20% from the audience, you know, wins.
Gotta catch up.
Slow and steady now. All you need is to finish. That makes all but one. Is the outcast coming?
She was behind me.
Yeah, Control would probably also be a game I'd play after I've upgraded my PC a little bit more.
Move it forward now.
Right there. Just turn around.
Because the graphics is a huge part of that game. So
Come on now.
I'd probably, one of the games I'll play once I've gotten some upgrades.
Gotta keep going.
Oh nice, I got the long jump there.
On the old trail? Is she crazy?
Look! The outcast is catching up!
How'd she get up there?
I've trained my whole life for this. They had a tribe, but I had the wilds.
Too many of them! We can't win!
For All Mother!
We're dead, truly. No, no! There's more!
Up on
They
the ridge.
keep coming!
There's more of them.
How many are there? Get back!
That's really good proving. Let's go. Nice. That was really well played. That was perfection right there.
They must have found me before
I feel like I've been golding the proving a lot over these past 2
I'm
weeks.
picking up some kind of signal.
It's nice to see.
There. With the rest. Are you saying I was...
Oh, Nerdfighter, thank you for the 250 bits. Really appreciate it. Let's go indeed. There's a trophy in Astro's playroom called Ready for the Proving. Yeah. I've heard about that. Apparently the Astro's playroom has like a... It's just filled with the references to PlayStation games. Even some more obscure PlayStation games.
Is my mother here?
Like, I think there's a reference to an old PS3 exclusive called Pain, even. Like there's some obvious references in the game, but there's also just references to games that are kind of forgotten. I think I even heard there's a reference to an old game called Puppeteer. Puppeteer was a game that was pretty good, but got really overlooked by a lot of people. Because it was kind of like an exclusive indie title. And at the time, indie titles were still kind of looked down upon. There was a time during the PS3
What's your plan?
360 era where indie games were definitely seen as worst games.
Follow the destiny All Mother intended for you. The other high matriarchs...
Never heard of that? It's like a 2D kind of game. I think it would actually be a game you would like, Ellie. Puppeteer.
We will soon be
It's made by Japan Studios, the guys that made such gems as Knack and Abe Escape.
The outcast Ignore her.
And for people that don't know, yes, the people that made Knack also made Abe Escape. In case you weren't aware of that fact.
Ready yourselves. Today we fight a curse, a demon. Oh, mother, give her strength.
Won't be long. Gotta get in position. Here it comes.
Okay, got it.
Attack!
Once again, the gate breaking there blocked my shot.
It's driven them mad.
But
I know.
Like, that happens a lot. Maybe I should stand a bit further to the left to avoid that from happening. I'm sure it will be at PC at some point, but probably not until like at least a year after release.
It worked. It's not hostile. Seems almost tame. Striders.
Probably be at least a year before we see it on PC.
Bring it close. Am I?
no. If isn't
Yeah, but you gotta remember, Sony doesn't see that. Oh, see?
I should try overriding
Yes,
their
the game
consoles.
wasn't great on PC,
Probably can't ride them all, but I might find a
But-
use for them.
Sony saw the sales numbers and are like, yep, good enough.
My whole life,
But hopefully they can make sure it runs a little better next time.
the world just got bigger, but also more dangerous.
So the sales numbers were great, and Sony has already come out and said that they are looking into more PlayStation games on PC. See you later, Liberton. Take care.
That man, he doesn't look normal. My focus is picking up some kind of signal.
Game runs pretty smoothly now,
Maybe I
yeah.
can scan it.
They released a patch yesterday, patch 1.9. I still haven't tried it. Because my mindset right now is I'm gonna get the patch. I'm gonna get the 145 before I even think about PC again. I haven't really tested the new patch. Other runners have tested it and says it's okay. Well, they managed to fix the crash that happens at Ridge Defense. That's good.
I'm gonna find more Chief Sona. The massacre site is.
And performance has apparently gotten a little better, but it's still very CPU heavy. But I haven't tried it on my machine yet, so we'll see once I get around to it. But I still wanna keep my focus on that 45. Why look more into it?
Varl asked me to find Sona, the war chief. If I want to pick up her trail, I'd have to go to the massacre site.
And the main problem with it being CPU heavy is it makes it really hard to stream and play the game at the same time. Which sucks.
Here she is. The girl, they no word.
Still hoping out for like a PS5 patch though. If I can get 60 FPS and faster loads on PS5, I would probably be more interested in that than the PC version. Because it also still has those annoying movement things on PC. With the toggle sprint and Aloy not being able to carry momentum at all. Yeah, if I win the lottery, I'll get a second PC and just dual stream.
Flames burn stronger than usual. The flames,
what a shot.
they're burning it.
Oh, what a shot. Terrible spawns, but I hit the shots. You guys, yeah, Ozzy has been playing it on PS5. The game is exactly the same on PS5, just slightly. It has faster loads compared to a normal HDD, but if you have a PS4 with SSD like me, loads are only about half a second to a second faster per load screen, which isn't a lot. There's one thing though, when you start up a brand new game, like we do a lot in speedruns, there's no loading screen between hitting new game and the first cutscene starting. So that's nice when you're resetting, I guess. So that loading screen at the very beginning is completely gone.
Here they come. Corrupted watchers. I've done what I can to cleanse this valley of corruption. Time to see if the Karja Fort will let me pass over the mountains.
See you later, Rasmus. Have a good night's sleep. So that's interesting, like the loading screen loading into the game is completely gone. But also on if you have a really good PC, or I guess really good SSD in your PC, that loading screen is also very short on PC. Excuse me. That's not surprising, that's the same on the PS5, I guess. It's just every other loading screen is pretty much the same as a PS4 with SSD.
Where are you headed, girl?
West! To Meridian! Okay.
And also, the game is still 30 FPS on PS5, in case you're wondering. I don't think I mentioned that. So, from what I hear from not just here on Horizon, but a lot of other speedrunning communities, it does appear that unless the game is getting a PS5 patch, it's gonna be pretty much the same as on PS4.
Who the killers were, how they saw me through his focus.
The only thing is loading times might be slightly better,
Looks like me.
but we are only talking slightly better.
Owen's trail leads to Meridian. When I catch him,
And there's some games that are actually worse.
all the lives he's ruined.
Because if you play Spyro Reignited Trilogy on PS5, it runs at a solid 10 frames a second. And it's very stuttery as well. That's something. Because Toys for Bob is an amazing developer. And for your information, as far as I'm aware, Toys for Bob has not addressed the issue whatsoever. Because I don't think they care if Spyro Trilogy runs on PS5. I think they're too focused on Crash 4. Which, Crash 4, by the way, runs pretty well on PS5. So that's an example of a game that's actually worse on PS5. Because they somehow managed to mess that up. I also have Spyro on PC. I got Spyro for free by Activision. Because I was part of the GDQ event for Spyro before release. And everybody who participated in that event got the Spyro Trilogy for free on Steam. Isn't Crash 4 an actual PS5 game? No. It's just PS4. And Xbox One. And there's been no talks about a PS5 patch for Crash 4, to my knowledge. Yeah, I think Infamous Second Son is part of the PlayStation collection. Not First Light. First Light is like a standalone DLC. But it's kind of an injustice to call it a DLC. It's basically like a standalone story, First Light. It's kind of like Lost Legacy and Uncharted. Think of it like that, you know. It's like a smaller title compared to the main titles. And I'm not sure if you can play first... Ellie probably knows this answer. Can you play First Light without playing Second Son? I assume you can.
I'm sorry for the wait.
What's going on here? Olin's in there. Somewhere.
Yeah, it's a little unfair to call it a DLC because it's technically completely standalone. So you need to compare First Light to like Miles Morales and Lost Legacy, like Ellie's saying.
Stop in luck. The
Ursa,
how
I know.
Hey, you. Oh, so of
as you
A lot not me.
we were. I've
How
it's hard.
the kill.
Pretty. It does.
I need
But
no.
So when you think of First Light, think of those two games for comparison. Like, they're not mainline titles, but they're not like short games
hey, come
either.
back. Olin's place is this way.
So many people here talking at once. What did he mean?
And I really like Second Son.
Not now.
It's a fun game.
Here we are.
Been a long time since I played it though.
Corner of this-
Call it a day, girl. You're wasting time.
Let's give it.
I know it got a little bit of complaints when Second Son came out because people didn't like Delson as much as, or Delson, I can't say his name,
Contract.
as much as they like Cole from the original
Doubt now.
Infamous games.
Olin knew I was targeted.
There are definitely some people that didn't dig the
It will show
character.
Places he visited. There's your
How do? I'll
leave it
wait.
out.
I'm not. Don't. Look. Feel.
Red.
He's garbage though. You don't like Delson? I think he's fine. I feel like people judged him maybe a bit too harshly. I agree, he's certainly nothing compared to Cole, but I don't think he's too bad. What's the name of the girl you played in First Light again? She had like a name that started with F or something, right? Got her name. Fetch. There it is. Thank you. Fetch, that's correct.
That'll wake them up.
Alright, let's get a good excavation site here.
forget. Norther lives.
Kill her!
No, you had your chance.
Where? Somehow that guy was alive, apparently.
I'm the
Still a really good fight.
I'm not.
Kinda surprised by that guy being alive, though.
You say, hey,
Pretty sure he was dead.
and what? I've.
I want
Where?
my phone.
Yes.
Then
Go.
I did.
But for a second there, I thought it was the leader that was alive, but it was actually the other guy. Not bad. Staying within roughly 5 seconds on my PB. It's pretty good on that. Alright, let's get a good ambush so we can keep the split screen. By the way, Ali, did you end up speedrunning Miles Morales?
It's Errand, and he's in trouble.
I'm glad that's over with.
What-
Right.
Tell
No.
her.
No, sir. Shut.
Come on.
I haven't really seen much of the speedrun. Will definitely plan to? Okay.
Come all the way out here.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Is this Shadow Karja territory?
They broke the ceasefire.
Has anybody, I mean, somebody probably has already done some runs of it. The only thing I noticed about it was that they have split the leaderboards between PS5 and PS4.
Did someone?
I guess that's because of loads, and they don't use loadless time, I guess. I don't think the... Yeah, Spider-Man didn't use loadless time. That's probably why it's split. And Miles Morales is a PS5 game, so it definitely has faster loads than a PS4.
Why fake an ambush?
I don't know, I would probably rather just look into maybe getting a load remover so you could keep the community together. Because you kind of split the community that way.
Uh-oh. What's that?
I think it's calling in machines. Get ready. These look like Vanguard weapons.
Yeah, you're not a moderator under that.
Versus men.
It's Mad Matt that moderates the leaderboards, isn't it?
Rocks. They're shattered. Something hit these stones. Something I've never seen before. What are those leather straps? Armor straps. Cut with a knife. And a
I agree with that, Ali. Or there's a massive difference between
Looks like you could mount some equipment.
between the platforms.
There, by the tripod. A used power cell.
Otherwise, don't split leaderboards because of a console. Or even worse, the people that split it depending on HDD and SSD. That's even weird to me. No, Final Fantasy does that for the new Final Fantasy titles. Nice, that was a pretty good ambush there. Let's go. 2 goals already in this run. Really nice. To be fair, like I said, I've kind of I reset recently, or yesterday, sorry, I reset my gold on ambush, so that's why it's a gold. That gold can definitely still be like 4 seconds faster, I would say. Hit my mount. Okay, didn't knock him out. That's some time lost right there. Nerdfighter, thank you so much for gifting another sub, man. Really appreciate it. That's 15 in total. Thank you. And the gifted sub was to Ali. Ali, enjoy those emotes. Thank you so much, nerd. So the goal can definitely be better there, but like I said, I reset it yesterday because of I've changed my strat on ambush, so my old goal was unrealistic. Because my old strat was technically faster, but my new strat is a lot more consistent. So therefore I could not beat my goal, so I decided to reset it. Yeah, that's the best benefit about subscribing, is you don't get ads, especially now that Twitch is randomly playing them.
Maker's End. Not much farther now. Olin said he found an image of the woman.
So yeah, the thing is with ambush, the new strat is like a 1 second slower than a perfect ambush with the old strat. But
Far from Norland.
I would rather sacrifice that 1 second to make the average ambush a lot faster. So that's why.
You. Spying through my focus again?
And therefore I reset the gold.
Oh, go on. What do you know
The
about
gold was no longer obtainable.
Present cause. Before long, you'll know as well as I do. Maybe better. But be wary. Maker's End is crawling with monstrous. Heavy dig have medicine useful equipment just outside the ruins. Focus will show location.
But then again, I'm not sure actually how bad the random ads are on Twitch. Because in the last month or so, I haven't really been watching that many streams, and most of the streams I've watched I've had subs in, so I haven't really noticed it. Plus, here in Denmark, we don't get that many ads on Twitch. Compared to what I know people get in the US. Because ads are based on country.
All weapons operational. Focus. Stop working.
Facilities focus. It's up to you.
I'll handle it.
It's a good fight.
What the hell was that? Hades? Hey! I need to find a way in.
Because there's not that many advertisers on the Danish version of Twitch. So most of the ads we get here in Denmark are like the ads for Prime Video.
Welcome to Faro Automated
Which is a little annoying because some of the ads play way too much. When you only get Prime ads. I can't begin to tell you how many times I've seen an ad for The Boys Season 2 at this point.
Sector of self-sustaining, fully automated technology.
Looks like the way up.
But it's a lot.
Like the Faro Focus, to the dynamic chariot line of peacekeeping robots halting bloodshed in conflict zones across the globe. Faro remains committed to making the future
I can't go to Yemen. I'm an analyst. Get on the plane.
It'll be a long way up. Frozen metal most of the way.
That was also a good classic for a while. The Jack Ryan ad.
So they made the focus. 25,000.
And before The Boys Season 2 was advertisements for Seaman,
They
the
made
Grand Tour.
machines and
Still haven't watched that.
I
Probably
guess
watch
those
it.
things were common in their world.
But then I need to get Prime Video to watch it. But it's pretty cheap, so one day I'll just buy it and watch it. I love me some Grand Tour / Top Gear. Sadly, I don't have a friend that has Prime Video, so I can't just borrow it for like a day. It's a pretty good Maker Send here. Might save a little bit of time, but probably not because of the Sawtooth knocking me off. I think it's gonna be fairly similar to what my PB got here, sadly. It was a really good fight, so I might still save a little bit. But the Sawtooth definitely took away some time. Oh, you want that Baroos up? Fair enough. He has some good emotes though.
All it takes is a few good handholds.
We actually talked about that yesterday. People like Baru and Dance Gaming. A lot of people sub to them, but never watch their stream just because of the emotes.
Yes, I believe I do.
But Baru and Dance Gaming also update their emotes all the time to be seasonal. So at the moment they have like Christmas emotes.
Elizabeth, good to,
In that sense, it's kind of worth it.
It's been years.
And compared to a lot of big streamers, Baru and Dance Gaming actually have pretty good emotes. There's a lot of big streamers that don't really have the greatest emotes.
This promises to be interesting.
Perhaps we could have lunch brought in. You know, get reacquainted.
I know you, Ted. You screwed something up, something big, or you wouldn't have eaten the crow necessary to get me here. So spit it out.
Like Baru, Dance Gaming,
Glitch.
Linkus,
You're
and
killing
Dark Vibe
robots.
AU would probably be, well, I would say, like the 4 people with the best emotes on Twitch.
Obviously, Liz, we would, if we could. They're not responding.
Are you telling me a swarm has gone rogue, Ted?
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then. And I'll take that lunch. Alone.
At least in terms of emotes I know of.
Ted Faro brought Elizabeth Sobek here.
There might be someone out there that have pretty good emotes too, but I don't know about them.
This isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
Fully aware. It's bad.
Bad?
Jesus, Liz.
It's not bad, Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots.
Peacekeepers.
What is that an abbreviation for normally?
Biomass as fuel.
I mean, I've abbreviated it to CP as well, but I usually say CP77,
Manufacture controlled.
so people know for sure what I'm talking about.
The glitch severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think
Everything else
I
is
don't
just
know what
a
other
front.
context
And at the
CB
rate
could
it's
be.
replicating, Ted, it will
Maybe
strip
I'm
the Earth bare
ignorant
in
of something.
15 months. We're not talking fall of civilization. We're talking extinction.
Oh!
Liz. So how do I stop it while it's contained?
I assume
It's
the
not
P stands for
contained, it
Predator.
can't be.
You know
I
what
wasn't
mean?
aware of that. Fair enough.
Right.
I see.
Before the truth gets out,
Or,
you mean.
I think Predator. That would make sense since you don't want to say it.
Working it, and whatever you recommend, I'll do.
Cheese pizza. Yeah, it could be cheese
I'm
pizza.
gonna hold you to that, Ted.
Oh, I'm in the neighborhood? Well, it's not Predator.
Robots threatened all
Oh
life
dear.
on Earth.
Something worse than that?
Somehow she defeated them. The
Oh,
world was
right.
fell, but life went on,
Okay, I see.
Or we wouldn't be here.
That word. Yeah, obviously that word would never come to mind, because I don't really associate with that at all, so that's why I didn't even think about it.
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have proposed it.
But this? This? When I asked you to find a cure, I didn't expect it to be worse than the disease.
It's
You
not.
hear that, Santa? You better give me a good gift for saying
It's
that.
our only chance. Let's sign the proposal.
Sign it. I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience sign
But
that.
don't check my browsing history before you consider what you're gonna give me,
I'm
Santa.
speaking to you from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command. In 15 minutes, I meet with General
Please
Harris and
don't.
the rest of the Joint Chiefs.
What? Are you crazy?
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary to build Zero Dawn. Exactly as I've designed it. Or don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
I'm so gonna get Cole.
You're
Dang
on
it.
the threat.
Cole again.
I'll sign.
Look on on the bright side, Ted. From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
Nice topic change there, Seth.
God forgive me.
So,
That as I
or
you
but
we defend
what? Of course,
Is that the one that shows a lot of the characters? And then shows this PlayStation Studio logo? Ah. Yeah, pretty much equal to my PB, as I said. It's gonna be awkward if this run PBs. Oh well, people watching on YouTube will at least have some fun. Yeah, Sony mentioned that like half a year ago that they were gonna put that in front of all games from now on, which is really nice. So you can tell for sure that it's a Sony Studio game.
signal. Maybe I can scan.
But that's nice to see. I guess the next game we'll see with that logo will be Ratchet and Clank. Rift Apart. Because Insomniac is a Sony studio now. They weren't last time they released a game.
The war chief stuff dressings.
Actually, they were, because they made Miles Morales, and I'm being stupid right now.
I should try my focus.
Kind of forgot about Miles Morales for a second there. I was about to say the last game was Spider-Man, and then I was like, oh wait. Miles Morales is Spider-Man. I would imagine the intro sequence is also in Sackboy and in Sackboy: A Huge Adventure, since that's also a Sony Studio game.
Dead sawtooth. Maybe Sona took it out. She could be close. Has he hard? Show.
Oh yeah, and Astro's Playroom, of course.
The killers are just across this ridge, digging the cursed earth.
I don't think it's in Demon Souls, because Bluepoint is not a Sony studio. I don't know, I think they only show them if they're an official Sony studio. But to be fair, I kind of feel like Sony should really buy Bluepoint at this point. Having a studio that's just experts in remaking stuff would be really awesome. Perfect. That last guy was a little annoying. I don't know why. Sony should just buy them at this point and make them keep remaking stuff.
This if you might know she's and I do it.
Or maybe test them out and see what they could do by making something completely their own.
Here in the Room of Metal, I've taken a precaution, placing our entire stockpile in a covered shelter, safe from stray sparks and lightning. And I've posted guards to control access. I urge you to take.
So if there's a studio Sony should buy that they can probably get for a reasonable price,
Supply Master Theron.
it should be
A blaze stuff. I found some. Damn.
should be Bluepoint.
Please,
Sounds.
Even though the recent rumor in terms of what Sony is planning on buying seems to be that Sony might buy Kojima's, or sorry, not Kojima, Konami's IP, like all the gaming IP. Not buy Konami, but buy their video game IPs. Seems to be the rumor at the moment, which would be big. acquisition for them. Because then they would get Castlevania, Metal Gear, and Silent Hill. And then they could just get some of the studios to make some of those games. But it's only a rumor, but it hasn't been official. We'll see if they actually do it. That would be pretty huge. And there's also Contra and other IPs. I'm not sure what other IPs they have, Konami. Those are just the ones I know of. I guess they would also get PES, the soccer game that's not FIFA. I just called it soccer. Somebody please come and whip me 10 times with a metal string or something. Because I deserve that for saying that. I did say Castlevania. Yeah, I just lost my European card. European license. I said soccer. Unironically. I guess it's time to move to Texas. Because I cannot show my face in public here anymore. Without a lady going behind me saying shame every 10 seconds. And ringing a bell. Speaking of which, how did the Champions League matches go? And we don't talk about yesterday because Barcelona got absolutely manhandled by Juventus, so let's forget about that. But I wonder how the matches went today. The other games. Are you serious? How did only one of the arrows hit there? Ajax lost. Oh, rip. Who was Ajax playing against? I assume the Danish team Midtjylland also lost. So they were going up against Liverpool. Oh, shit. Mound. Holy crap, Mound! You fucking piece of shit. Wow. Did you guys see how the Mound... I went to the right side, then the Mound moved to the right. Then I went to the left side of the Mound and he blocked me again. Going to the left, like, what the hell, man? Give me a break, Mount, would you? Somehow I still managed to save time off that. Thanks. Wait, Midtjylland played 1-1? That fuck? I guess Liverpool was probably playing with B team or something.
You do have a plan, right?
You followed me this far.
On a penalty.
The ruins.
Ah.
I thought you trusted me.
I do, but how
it was especially really bad that Barcelona lost yesterday.
You'll know soon enough.
Because I really wanted to rub it in my brother's face that United got knocked out of the tournament.
Up you go.
But it doesn't feel fair to do that to my brother after Barcelona got destroyed. Because my brother is a United fan. I know. You don't have to say it. I'm disappointed too. At least it's not Liverpool, I guess. Or Real Madrid. That would be worse.
I need to get to that place fast.
No? Oh shit. Fuck.
I need to set up before it's too late.
What? How did he... How did he get to me so quickly there? I get that I missed the shot, but it shouldn't have been that close. That quickly. Terrible. That was really bad. Lost 25 seconds there. That was pretty pathetic. Well, still turn it around.
All by
Oh well, I mean, I'm only 10 seconds behind, and you saw I was able to save a lot of time in second half and last run, so... No. It's definitely doable. Still got like almost a minute to play with for PB. Actually, a full minute to play with for PB. To Mars? Oh, to Cyberpunk, yeah. It's getting close. Like I said, I'm not playing it tonight. Wake up and play it tomorrow. Get myself some good breakfast and then dive in. See how it is. Is any one of you watching right now? Are you guys gonna play it in like 2 hours?
It was the middle world. Guess they were used to it.
Or you're like me, you would rather get a good night's sleep and then play it?
Haven't seen one of these since I was a little kid.
I guess if you're in the US, you...
Some kind of code. Maybe I should
I
try
assume it
to
also
find
releases in 2 hours in the US, right?
3 power lines.
So you have like the evening to play?
That makes 1.
Play Cyberpunk. That's what I was asking.
That's
You don't
2.
think you'll play it at all?
1 more.
Fair. Probably won't play it. Fair enough. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I remember Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't have a synchronized release. That game just released at midnight, whenever the time zone struck midnight. Because I remember a lot of streamers tried to, or bought the game on the New Zealand PlayStation Store so they could play it as early as possible. Because there was no early copies for Red Dead 2.
What is this?
That? It's a map.
A map of what?
Our world.
Some kind of power cell. I wonder what it's for.
Let's get a good fight here.
And this one can move.
Whoa, what? No. It's this guy. Okay. I was about to freak out, and it's the game. I thought the game was gonna tell me that shot didn't kill him.
All at once?
It was just the guy next to the Deathbringer that was still alive. I was about to get really angry there. About that guy not dying from that shot. But it turns out he did die. It was just another guy that was somehow alive. Must have been really low on health. I was about to get very angry. Because a lot of people don't actually play the game on release. But they still like to watch their streamer play it and then play it themselves at a later date when they can play it or afford it, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I also do the same. If there's a game I'm like not sure if I want to buy, I usually watch a stream to see how a random snippet of gameplay is, because that usually gives you a good indication. And then watch the stream for like 20 minutes or something and see if it's for me. Sometimes longer to, if, you know, to get an idea.
So we put a railgun in the hand of every civilian strong enough to carry one, show them where the trigger is, and point them to the front?
I have no idea. Snuggable.
By giving them something to fight for. Zero Dawn. The top secret super weapons program that will save us. So long as humanity holds off the Sworn long enough for Dr. Sobek and her team to finish it. The file I'm sending contains the war plan for Operation Enduring Victory.
War plan?
And also a lot of people just simply don't care about spoilers.
But it's something. Consider the
Pretty sure it's actually probably a majority of people don't care about spoilers and just watch streams anyway, even if they're going to play it themselves.
Utah as the Zero Dawn staging area. Plenty of space there. When can you get started?
I've already mailed you a list of alpha and beta candidates. Most are foreign nationals or subjects of corporate holdings, so...
Well, I kind of like Breath of the Wild because it's the first Zelda game I've looked at and been interested in.
Then I'll be off.
Orbital launch base. What is that?
I just haven't played Breath of the Wild because I don't have a Switch or Wii U for that matter.
Wait, what was zero? No, how?
Just imagine having a Wii U. Being one of those 10 people that own a Wii U. I'm just kidding, by the way. It's just because the Wii U sold really poorly. And the reason why the Wii U sold poorly is because it sold even less than the PlayStation Vita, which is an amazing achievement. That you can sell less than the Vita. Yeah, weapon durability though does seem to be really annoying in Breath of the Wild. I agree with that. Seems really annoying.
Unpleasant, but that's politics.
But I've been told by people it isn't as annoying as it looks, so I don't know.
It's all very intriguing.
I'm not here to intrigue you.
Too late.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, I know there for a fact there's people that enjoyed the Wii U. I mean, the main reason why the Wii U did so poorly was just the fact that it was really badly marketed by Nintendo. Same with the PlayStation Vita. Sony also did an awful job of marketing the Vita. It's kind of their own fault that failed as well.
What's the Sun King like?
The most important thing is what he isn't like. His father. I think you'll find him to be a reason.
I know.
Because a lot of people didn't even realize the Wii U was a new console. A lot of people thought it was an attachment to the Wii. Like when it got announced and stuff. It was if you go back and look at it, you could see how confusing it was, the way they marketed it. And there's also some other things that the Wii U got criticized for, like the games on the Wii U didn't really stand out that much. You know, one thing that's always been criticized about the Wii U was it never, until Breath of the Wild at the very end, of course, it got a mainline Zelda game, and, you know, it felt like it didn't have a mainline Mario game, because Mario 3D World didn't feel like a true platforming Mario, like or 3D Mario like the others, like the recent Galaxy games did. I got spotted somewhat early here. Let's see. Right there, I'm gonna use the bridge as cover. Nice. They're probably awesome. Are you referring to the Xbox One X, or are you referring to the Series X, the new one? Because Xbox Series X also seems to have a bit of a issue at the moment with not really having any major titles on it that you can't find on other consoles. It does, of course, have the benefit of Game Pass, but... Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh yeah, the name could be confused, yeah.
If they weren't looking for me.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I mean, the new Xbox was supposed to have Halo, but Halo got apparently delayed by a year. So, but doesn't really seem like there's any big Xbox titles even coming soon.
All right, what now?
If Halo had been a launch title, I'm sure there would have been more buzz about it.
Corrupted machines. Controlling the parts.
But that delay probably has hurt the console a good deal.
Held in reserve for war yet to come. You'll have to get past them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Halo hasn't been good for a while, but people hope the next Halo will be better. Hasn't really been a... Halo Reach was the last one that people praised, of course. Whereas Halo 4 and Halo 5 have been kinda forgettable. And also Halo 4 and 5 was not made by Bungie, because they went to make Destiny.
3 men died in the blasts, boulders crashing down.
The ground here looks chilled up. Drag marks leading towards that gate. The gate's barred. We're getting past that.
See you later, Lumi. Take care, man.
I see it. They've built some kind of structure around it.
Climb it. The sooner this is done, the better.
I don't like this. Feels wrong.
Everything here is raw. Just get to the module and destroy. Keep running!
No way!
Keep moving.
Yeah, you think? What do you think I'm doing? Taking a nap?
It's a pretty good eclipse space.
More eclipse ahead.
From the shadow.
Bridge in sight.
That's the way out.
I know.
Nice. Alright, these next couple of splits would be so nice to save some time on these and start turning it around. Just chop away at the time here, these next couple of splits. Pretty much time save on all the splits, until healers, really. Until Derval, if we don't include play skip, I guess. Yeah, rolling is faster than running. Rolling saves you about 2 seconds for every 150 feet in the game. So it adds up to a lot over the entire run. It's a little bit annoying though. I've talked about it recently that I really hope that in Forbidden West rolling will not be faster.
Sunfall.
Even though I don't mind it myself, I feel like Horizon as a speedrun would be better off if rolling wasn't the fastest.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath.
I feel like speedrun would have been more popular, both in terms of viewers and people running it, if rolling wasn't the fastest movement.
The Sun Ring. A proud
Like, if it's like that in Forbidden West as well, I won't mind it. But overall, as a speedrun, I feel like it's gonna hurt the game. Or hold the game back would be the better term, I guess.
Want to hear about today's bounties? Head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out.
But even though the community has grown a lot, I feel like it could have grown way more if that wasn't the case.
First time even if it means having to listen to Bahamut.
Sun Ring from Balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
Plenty of people tell me in like YouTube comments and stuff that it's annoying to watch because of rolling.
Obviously.
Not like a big majority is saying that, but occasionally I'll get comments like that. And I've also had a couple of people say, oh yeah, I would love to run it, it's just a rolling. I don't want to do that.
Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully
So therefore I hope that Forbidden West it's not going to be like that.
No distractions. If you have errands
Even though it doesn't affect me,
hold your peace.
I can definitely tell it's affecting
Is that clear?
like the game as a whole.
Tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
You're saving a ton of time by moving faster, but you know, you also want the speedrun to be enjoyable for as many people as possible. You know?
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We
Just
found
because it's faster doesn't mean it's interesting or enjoyable.
Take a seat and wait for your next. Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important.
My first playthrough took 48 hours, getting Platinum Trophy on 100% without DLC, because my first playthrough was before DLC came out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not.
Just send them an email? I mean, I can talk to some of the developers.
Somehow,
I've actually mentioned it to one of them.
I've got to keep.
But, obviously I don't think I have influence to change that. I've mentioned it to one of the developers I've talked to once.
They got in through the vents.
But there's no guarantee it would be actually a thing.
What is this place?
Because at the same time, you know, you don't want developers to focus on speedrunning. They should just focus on making a good game, and then us speedrunners make do with what we got.
Yes. By a machine.
Because speedrunners is such a small minority of the actual people playing the game. So the devs, you know, devs don't need to focus on it.
Just here we go. Another one of these.
That's a really good pickup.
Looks intact. Looks like that part I found upstairs might be here. That should do the trick.
Because changing that could also, you know, have influences on the game as a whole, from a casual point of view. Because there is the argument that having the freedom to roll whenever you want, you know, is part of the freedom you have with the gameplay in this game. And limiting that because of a speedrun might not be a great idea.
Come on, hit!
Let's go, first try.
Welcome to Hades.
This is a really good Zero Dawn.
Elizabeth said a generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component.
This is gold. Ah, barely. I thought it was a gold for a sec there. Barely not a gold. Dang it. A nice time save though. I'm not complaining. Thought for a second there was a gold there.
I can't.
If you
Make this that you can ever.
it'd be it does do you've got
You and
then
yeah. Oh, after all, I
the no
soon in it you your and
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against
Oh, that's awesome, Ellie. Maybe I should ask Ashley Birch if she wants to commentate a speedrun
and that pillar will come down.
of Horizon. And just for the record, I've never talked to Ashley Birch. In case you're wondering. I've not talked to her. It's not like I have a connection there. I would love to talk to her, but... There's no downside to asking? True. I mean, Anthony Caliber also did a speedrun with Nolan North, so... You know. Who's to say it can't happen here?
Hey! Guess who got her weapons back? Now you're just a
But I'm also not that big of a streamer.
Come and get it!
Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with its lifted
I remember it was really awesome last DDQ, the one that I was running in as well. They did a Sly Cooper run where they had the voice of Sly in the run as well. That was also really awesome.
You're...
I'll be...
Wait.
Yes?
The
When the... I'll come in the meet.
Something's... I don't know, I just really enjoy when voice actors that were part of the game were there. Or the original voice of Sly. Because I think the voice of Sly changed at one point. But the guy that originally voiced Sly in Sly Cooper 1 at least. Because I think they changed the voice at one point. If I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was one of the other characters in Sly. I think it was Sly itself they changed the voice of. Just like they did with Ratchet. In Ratchet and Clank. Spyro also had a different voice actor in Spyro 1 compared to 2 and 3. It's a good amount of examples of that. For whatever reason, voice actors get changed.
What's that? Smashed through. More sounds of combat. Up there. Sounds of danger. Just under. Oh, come on.
You can't run.
It's a bad movement.
Thunderjaw. The survivors must be holed up in the mountain. Varl and Sona. They're still alive.
Really good.
We did it! Aloy did it! We only helped. I thought we would die.
Movement up the mountain wasn't great there, but... Movement up the mountain wasn't great, but the fight itself was really good.
So, have you?
If you haven't, by the way, if you haven't seen Anthony's speedrun with Nolan North, it's pretty fun to watch.
I see you're inside.
He speedrun Uncharted 3 with Nolan North, and he also played some Last of Us with Nolan North as well. But Nolan North is he played David in Last of Us 1, so it wasn't a big role necessarily in Last of Us 1.
Looks like they didn't like this door very much.
Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized.
Yeah, the Thunderjaw fights have been perfect today.
You are clear to proceed.
Like the fight itself have been really good today.
So, what was this place exactly?
The dream of Apollo. Never realized.
But why not?
Priority control accessed. Identiscan malfunction rectified. Remove the alliance. Breeze 1 access unsealed.
Yeah.
Going to be interesting.
The goddess anointed her within the holy mountain.
Maybe I'm a bit of maybe it's a bit too annoying to say this, because I still feel like they're great voice actors. But I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed with the amount of games Troy Baker and Laura Bailey is in. Because I feel like you just hear their voices so much. You know, it's kind of like an actor that's in too many movies as well. Where it's like, yeah, I mean, he's there again. You know, they do a great job and all. I just feel like, especially Troy Baker, I just feel like he's in so much that it's starting to become a little bit annoying to hear his voice sometimes. Yeah, exactly, Ali. Which just like, they do a great job and all, but you know, a lot of games still use that selling point that it's like, oh, our main character is voiced by Troy Baker, and it's like, again? Another one? Oh yeah, but Troy Baker only had a very minor role in Last of Us Part 2. Sadly, he had a very small role in Last of Us Part 2. Almost too small of a role in Last of Us Part 2. Anyway, I feel like I'm getting on a tangent here.
I'm not far from Pitchcliff. Murad's set to look for his agent in the town's marketplace. Pitchcliff isn't far. Murad's agent is waiting in the town marketplace.
I mean, whoever is voice acting shouldn't really matter anyway, just like the actor in the movie shouldn't matter either. You know? As long as they do a good job, it doesn't necessarily matter who plays the role. Unless it's Christoph Waltz or Mads Mikkelsen, then it matters. I'll pretty much watch anything with those two included. Bad voice. Oh yeah, bad voice acting can definitely hurt a game. That's very true.
This must be Pitchcliff. Murad's agent should be at the marketplace by now. Isn't it? Even colder in the flame, I think.
Am I interested in SpaceX? I mean, of course I am, but I don't follow them necessarily that much. The last thing I watched was when they launched back in May, where they had two astronauts on board the Dragon. But I don't really follow them that much. But I watch their launches whenever I remember they are scheduled. But I don't follow it deeply.
Ursa must be in there. We have to get through.
Stuck. Was really good. Only bad thing there was just getting stuck on that guy at the end. And Aloy rolling forward instead of sideways when I hold sideways.
Crafting. And a letter tucked between the pages. Well, it's
Go.
But momentum is a little bit weird when you skip cutscenes fast. That was pretty clean. Come on, man. How did he manage to spawn behind me when I turned the camera like that? Does not make sense. But oh well. Maybe I should just turn the camera the other way and he actually spawns there where I want him. What if the world ends in an hour and 25 minutes? In an hour and 25 minutes we're just getting destroyed by an astronaut. Or astronaut. Asteroid. An astronaut just crashes into the Earth and destroys it. Not an asteroid, an astronaut. Oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima has like the best mount in any video game ever. That's one thing, I mean, there's many things they got right because it's a really good game. But if there's one thing Ghost of Tsushima should be praised for, it's their mount.
Ferocious machines prowl every step of the
The mount was so good in Ghost of Tsushima.
Not corrupted, but they will not tolerate humans.
So what else is new?
There.
Stalkers in the open. Watchers on the other side.
Good mount climb there. Yeah, Baumgartner coming in for the kill. He's doing another jump. Watch out. What's that dude called that did the jump without parachute? That was crazy too. I just feel like there wasn't as much hype around that jump as the guy that, as Baumgartner's jump. But the guy that did it without parachute and landed in that net. That was really impressive too. That the net was able to hold on to the size of his junk. Give me a sec. I'll look at it. Good mount spawn. Nerdfighter with another gifted sub. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. This time it was the Neon Predator. Thank you so much. And Neon, hope you enjoyed those emotes. I got it for being funny? Nice. Oh wait, Neon was funny.
You made a climbing.
Assume it was Neon. I'm not gonna take credit here. Sorry.
Since when were
I was reading that as if you wrote it to me.
If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered the climbing path either.
I'm taking credit for Neon's humor now. Neon's jokes are now property of me, my property.
Exactly the kind of.
Hibbity hobbity, your jokes are now my property.
Identity confirmed. Entry authorized.
Mind your footing.
I should write like a terms of service for my stream that says any joke made in chat belongs to me. For all eternity and every universe. And undiscovered dimensions.
Glad that's over.
that people have to agree to before they can watch the stream.
Must have been where they lived. What's left of it. Once.
Yeah, that quote is gonna be used a lot when we do dad jokes.
The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. To us, it seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days.
This is Charles Ross.
Years. Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
Before they can chat, you can actually do that? Really? Nice. And if somebody else uses those jokes somewhere else, I can send them like a cease and desist. I'll be like the Nintendo of Twitch chat. Handing out cease and desist to everyone. Hopefully somebody get that reference. Hashtag free melee, I guess. And Splatoon, I guess. Splatoon also got wrecked by Nintendo. I guess you won't know about it unless you follow Melee or Splatoon. I don't follow it, personally. I don't really watch it, but Melee is probably the most popular esport among speedrunners, so I've definitely heard about it. So many speedrunners are into Melee. It's crazy.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed.
What happened to Splatoon? So Splatoon was doing a tournament that Nintendo was going to stream. But a lot of the team names for the tournament, like basically there were team names that were called like team hashtag free melee and hashtag melee or whatever, you know. Like half of the team names in that tournament was references to, you know, Melee. So Nintendo decided to not do the tournament anyway and canceled it. But somebody else went in and hosted the tournament instead. But Nintendo, you know, being Nintendo, they canceled it. Because they really don't care, I guess, about esports. And if you don't know about the Melee situation, you can look it up. But basically Nintendo cancelled that big Melee event because Nintendo. So the Splatoon community was having a tournament that Nintendo was actually going to stream, but because they were decided to stand in like solidarity with the Melee, they decided to have a lot of team names in support of Melee, and Nintendo didn't like that and stopped the tournament.
That's she doesn't. If it.
What?
There's plenty of videos on YouTube going over it in more detail than I could do, but that is the gist of what happened. And the Melee situation, basically Nintendo has always been suppressing Melee, and they recently decided to cancel a big Melee tournament. I think the tournament was called Big House, but of course, because of the, you know, virus going on at the moment, that tournament had to be held online. But in order to play Melee online, they need to use like a modded version of Melee to play online. But Nintendo didn't like that, so they sent the tournament like a cease and desist.
See what this is about is I said stop trying to access.
That's why people are really mad at Nintendo at the moment.
I can't stop
that they would cancel an online tournament.
Those innocents. Blameless men.
When we are in the current state of the world.
Like it's a gift?
Ted, we've talked about this before.
And I believe it was even a charity tournament, which kind of makes it even worse. So like it was like a charity tournament, I believe. So, you know, it's not exactly a good look for Nintendo either.
If you're willing to sacrifice.
It doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo.
But it's far from the first time Nintendo has been canceling Smash tournaments. They've done that for like a long time. But various different various different tournaments.
Innocents have to die.
Emergency alert.
Does Nintendo ever have a good look when they have a new release, I guess? They just need to release a trailer for Breath of the Wild 2 and then people forget about it. You know, kind of like Activision just needs to announce Diablo 4 and everybody forgets about the China thing. You know? That's just how the world works.
Didn't sound good.
Try not to fall to your death. The master override doesn't override gravity.
Sadly, Activision is still in business. Because they still make a lot of money off that Call of Duty thing and all the Blizzard stuff. Not to mention King and their mobile games. Pretty good guy, Prime. That was almost a gold. Very nice. Alright, time for the end game. And this is pretty much the exact same pace as I had last run. Yeah, King, Activision owns King that makes all those games. In other words, they make a lot of money off those games. And then of course they have Blizzard, which makes a good amount of money off World of Warcraft and stuff. They're losing a lot of money on Overwatch, but, you know, that's their own fault. And then Call of Duty makes them a lot of money as well, and then they have stuff like Crash and Spyro. And I guess, apparently they also made a good amount of money on the Tony Hawk games. Losing money on Overwatch. The Overwatch League is losing a ton of money. Their esports league for Overwatch. Or actually, my bad. Overwatch League is not losing Activision money. It's losing money from the people that invested in the Overwatch League. Which is not good either, because, you know, that's not a good look for Activision. That their investors are losing money. But I guess they kinda deserve it, since they paid $30 million for an esports team. In Overwatch. I'm not an investor, but I'm pretty sure everyone and their mother could have told them that that was a bad idea.
Or he has a surprise for us.
Is it a bomb?
Is any esports team profitable?
Big enough to kill us.
Pretty sure Astralis is really profitable.
It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong.
Ah! Same situation as last time, only got first half. But yeah, there's a lot of esports teams that lose money. But in Overwatch League, it's especially bad. Because the viewership is really low compared to other esports
Smoke will darken the sun
as well.
as the city goes up in flames. There's gotta be a way to stop it.
Yeah, Astralis are massive sponsors. Like Astralis is sponsored by Audi, the car company. Just an example. I mean, there's a good amount of esports teams that are profitable. But mainly only the really big esports team tends to be profitable.
Translate inside.
A lot of other ones tend to be losing money and just hope to make a profit someday. People just assume there's a lot of money in esports because they because they tend to only focus on the top teams rather than looking at you know, just mediocre teams or B-tier teams, which make almost no money. There's, you know, just too much focus on the top, and that's why people assume there's a lot of money in it.
Wait, what was it?
Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you.
Oh, let's go! That was perfect. Redemption. Woo, 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 woo. Nice. That was some nice shooting.
Hey, look, you would but
That's redemption from the last round.
you know, now trying to no.
That's the best Glenthawk fight I've ever had. Too bad we didn't get blaze skip though. We might still save a little bit of time without blaze skip.
Hey, look, please.
Heat with it. It will weak.
I'm perhaps yes.
And
Yeah, we saved like a second without blaze skip. So if I had gotten blaze skip there, I would have saved like 8 more seconds, I think. No, sorry, 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds.
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy.
Alright, this run certainly has potential.
And do keep me
It's a lot
appraised of each
better potential than last run.
word, but other.
Kinda feels nice, because I've kinda just been casually talking this entire time during this run. But I've been actually playing really well the entire time as well. I mean, I've been focusing when fights happen and stuff, but still just have casual conversation the entire time.
Roland's apartment feels.
Oh well, let's make sure we finish strong here. I don't want to choke again.
Did I sleep? Did I leave anything unfinished?
It's been too many chokes lately. Let's make today the day. Upskirt time, by the way. Come on now. Yeah, I guess it's because I've been really relaxed.
Campfires, perhaps?
And just focused all my energy on the important parts of the run.
So it's not wood smoke.
Then what is it?
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
The Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns! Now!
By the sun, do as she says!
Let's just hope I don't get screwed on Rich this time around. But it would be very rude of the game to do that twice in a row. We'll see how it goes. Here it comes. Ah, the upskirt shot. Lovely. Alright. Now, let's nail this ending.
No! Rally the vanguard. Send reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns.
He will cut you down!
Not this time!
You have vexed me long enough.
Should have fought me in the sun ring then.
Missed one shot there. That's fine. Let's get a good rich.
Where do you need me?
Take up a cannon on the platform. Machines from the west. South! They're coming from the south!
Let's make this quick.
And blow up.
Look to the west!
Come on! Fucking it. Shit!
A wall in the
It's a
attack.
bad first half.
Lower your arms, but be wary.
Ugh.
Catch a breath. And prepare.
Get a good second half. Oh, it's not good. So many shots. Missed like 4. Whatever.
Raise arms again. West.
Got it.
From the sky.
Really good Clint Hawks.
By the sun, all shadows descend on us.
Not this time.
Stormbird! Stormbird!
Really good second half, though. Really good second half. Still losing time here. Can it 45 still? I think it can still 45 though. It's gonna be close.
Coming!
Ah! I need a perfect Hades now. Ah! You can do it. Come on. Get it. Ah, please tell me the climbing is not gonna screw me over now. Come on. A perfect Hades and it's a 45.
Aloy. Aloy. Aloy.
But I need to make the climbing perfect. But the climbing skip needs to be perfect. I need to have a decent mount spawn. And the long leg cannot hit me. And then a good Deathbringer fight, of course.
They marched on the spire, dragging that thing with them.
Take care of the others, Teb. I've gotta go.
First obstacle. It's behind us. That's a good mount spawn. Remember the cutscene here?
If Hades has started the signal, it must have gotten through the defenses. Aurora. Aaron's vanguard. I have to get up there. Gotta keep
Perfect.
going. Keep pushing. I knew this wouldn't be easy.
Just a fight left.
So no holding back.
So far, everything's been perfect.
Aloy!
They're alive. No,
Not
my.
We're back. Right.
Come on. Remember to reload while you dodge. Reload while you dodge.
My way's clear. The servant is dead.
Ah, no! Dang it. Ah, really? I messed up one shot. Ah, fuck it, it's a PB. I'm happy. It's a PB. I'll take it. It's been a while since I've PB'd, so I'm gonna be happy about it. Fuck it. I messed up that one shot at the end, but like I said, it needed to be perfect to be 45, so it was close. 46 flat, fuck it. I still want to get that 45 though. But it's been a long time since I PB'd, so I'm just gonna be happy about this. Let's go! Ah, that was a good ending though. Ritz, the first half of Ritz wasn't great, but you know, we turned the run around. You know, we actually turned the run around in the second half, being down by 10 after Ring of Metal. Ah, finally a PB, man. It's been so long. Let's go. I'm still gonna go for 45. I'm still going for the 45. So don't worry. I'm not satisfied until I have a 45. But I'll definitely take this. I'm just happy to get a new PB. Oh boy, here comes Michael with the meme numbers. Yo, Michael, thanks for the 69, the 420 as well. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yo, and Weenie with 5 gifted subs, man. Thank you so much. And there it is, Michael as well with the 1337. Whew, let's go. God, I'm so happy I got a PB. I know it wasn't a 45, but it would only have been a small 45. Not that I would have complained. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have complained about a small 45. But, I'm just gonna be happy about getting a PB. So. Whew. I'll thank all the rest of the stuff here in a second. I just want to talk about the run first. But thank you. Whew. Man, nice. Finally got a PV. It's a 46 flat. 46 flat. Let's go. I'm definitely not done with the category. I'll keep going until I have a 45. I'm not happy with 46 flat, and I'm 99% sure I didn't split early. Like, actually, I'm 100% sure I did not split early on that one, so there's no way it's not a 145 if I go back and check, because I did not split early. In fact, I probably split slightly late.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, I did not split late.
You were telling us.
I split slightly early, so.
Yeah, so
There's a bigger chance it's a 4601, but
it was a children's
so, you know, it's not a 4559.
the wiring to an auto battery.
I split slightly early, but we can go back and check in that regard. And we got a hype train as well. Thanks for all the GGs as well. Like I said, I'll thank all the people cheering and all that in a sec, because I really appreciate it. Whew. Finally, we got an improvement, man.
Showed me the dead baby birds.
It's actually been like I think it's actually been a month from today. Or it's been like 4 weeks from today since I got my PB. Last PB. But I've also just been I was in a massive slump for like 2 weeks, and then I've just played really inconsistently, like the last 2 weeks as well, so. But there's been a lot of runs that should have been PBs that wasn't, so I'm happy to get there. Oh man.
You often tell stories of your mother.
Holy crap. You guys are generous. Thank you so much. Did I beat the record? I did. I got the record by 16.1 seconds. Not a 145, but it certainly is a new world record.
For him or her.
I guess.
And I'm really happy about it. If you couldn't tell. Let's go.
Curious.
This time, you guys have been so goddamn generous the last, like, I don't know how long, but you guys have been mad generous lately, and I really appreciate it. I hope you know, I really appreciate it. But this time I can say I perhaps deserve it, because the last time you guys were this generous was after I choked, so. But, you know, I really, I'm really thankful for it, everyone, so thank you so much. I'll thank everyone individually in a second.
That's all I've got for now, Gaia.
Whew. Let's go over the run here, shall we? Oh no. Oh no.
I'll catch you tomorrow.
Oh no. Oh god. I just realized I golded the proving in this run. I'm gonna have to go up against the gold proving. No! Dang it. My PV now has a gold proving. That's gonna hurt to run against. But whatever. I guess I just need to make sure my provings are good then. You just remember the topics? Oh dear. Oh yeah. It was a fun run though. Alright, let's see here. The sawtooth, it was a fine sawtooth. It wasn't perfect. But a fine sawtooth. The proving was perfect in this run. Proving was absolutely perfect, as you can tell by the gold. Corruptor, I think I had slowed Tursa. I had a good fight, but Tursa was slow, so that's why I lost like a second there. So there's time to save there. Cardio Border was pretty much just like my PB. I think the second Corrupted Zone was bad, if I remember correctly. I think that was this run. I had a good fort fight on first Corrupted Zone, but second Corrupted Zone was slow. Meridian was fine. Excavation side was solid. There was that one guy that was alive at the very end, I think I remember. Which caused it to not save more time. Ambush was a gold, but like I said, I reset my gold on Ambush recently, so my gold can be like, I would say probably be like 4 or 5 seconds faster, so there's time to save there. Maker's End, it was a really good Maker's End, but I got knocked off by a Sawtooth. I got hit by the Sawtooth, so there's time to save there. So yeah, Maker's End, still a lot of time to save. War Chief was solid. That was just a solid War Chief. Camps were fine. I think the second camp was a little bad, but I think that was about it. Maybe it was the third camp, I'm not sure. I don't really remember. Let's see. Ring of Metal. Ring of Metal was terrible. That was a terrible Ring of Metal. I have like 25 seconds or something to save on Ring of Metal now. It was a really bad Ring of Metal, so lots of time to save there. Gravehorde was solid. Sun King is whatever. Eclipse Space was pretty good. Really good Eclipse Space. Zero Dawn was basically perfect. Sun Ring was fine. I hit the cycle, so time save is whatever there. All Mother was really good. Perfect Thunder. The only thing that was bad on All Mother was climbing up the mountain to the Thunderjaw. But the fight itself was like perfect. Borderlands was also perfect. Wow, I had a really sick endgame now that I think about it. Borderlands was basically also perfect. Gaia Prime was basically perfect. Derval, I didn't get Blaze Skip, but I had like a perfect Lindhawk fight. So I can save time if I get a perfect Lindhawk fight. Oh, sorry, if I get Blaze Skip. But if I don't get Blaze Skip, I need a perfect fight, basically. Healers, I missed a shot, so that can be better. Ritz Defense was really great second half, but the first half was not good. So if I don't mess up on the first half, I can get a lot better Ritz there. And Hades was almost perfect. Almost. It would have been a 45 if I... would have been a 45 if I hadn't messed up the last shot there on Hades, but it was still good. So 46 flat. I'm not complaining yet. But yeah, so yeah, really solid run overall. There's definitely time to save in the early game. The late game is pretty good now, with the exception of Rich. So, but so much time to save in the early game. So that's where we are. That's where we are gonna save our time, and then hopefully replicate the end game here. So that's nice. Really awesome. Whew. Yeah. Like I said, I'm still gonna go for 45. I don't wanna continue. I don't wanna continue to another category before I have a 45. So 46 flat is not gonna cut it. I'm happy about it, but I want to keep pushing for 45. So we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Anyway, let me thank all the people here. But yeah, like I just said, went over the run, really good. GG, what a nice run. But we'll keep going for the 45.